What if I told you that the food in your dog's bowl might be hurting them, not helping? It sounds dramatic, but it's real. Most people assume that if dog food is sold in stores, it's safe. But the truth is, the pet food industry is full of loopholes, low standards, and hidden ingredients. And unless you've looked closely at the label, like really closely, you might not know what you're feeding your dog every day. Let's start with something you may have heard of, the 2007 pet food recall. Over 100 brands were pulled from shelves after thousands of dogs and cats got sick, and some even died. Why? Because the food was contaminated with melamine, a chemical used in plastics added to fake protein levels. It slipped through the cracks. That recall led to one of the largest pet food lawsuits in history. But here's the scary part. That wasn't a one-time thing. Even now, the rules around pet food are incredibly loose. Unlike human food, where ingredients are tightly controlled, pet food follows different standards. Some companies use what's called 4D meats, meaning meat from animals that are dead, dying, diseased, or disabled. And yes, that's legal in many cases. Not just legal, it's common. You might think, well, I buy the premium stuff. But even high-end brands have been caught. In 2018, the FDA investigated a popular grain-free dog food brand linked to a rise in heart disease, specifically a condition called dilated cardiomyopathy, or DCM. The issue wasn't just grains or no grains, it was that these foods were packed with filler ingredients like peas and lentils, which may affect how dogs absorb nutrients. And then there's the label game. Some dog food brands use terms like all-natural or human grade, but those words don't always mean what you think. Natural has no official definition in pet food. Human grade only applies if every single step in the process meets human food safety standards, which most don't. Yet the label still tricks people into trusting it. Let's compare this to baby food. If a jar of baby food had even a hint of these issues, fake protein, meat from sick animals, mystery ingredients, there would be outrage, investigations, protests. But for dogs, silence. Why? Because there's a huge gap in how human and pet food are regulated, and companies know that. Here's a wild example. In 2018, the FDA investigated reports of euthanasia drugs found in some pet foods. How did that happen? Likely because the meat came from euthanized animals, which under current rules can legally enter the pet food supply. If that doesn't make you pause, I don't know what will. So what can you do? Start by reading the label like you would with your own food. Look for whole proteins listed as the first ingredient. Avoid vague terms like meat byproducts or animal digest. Be skeptical of proprietary blends that don't list their ingredients. And if you can, talk to a vet who isn't sponsored by a pet food company. Yes, that's a thing too. And here's something most people don't realize. Dogs don't need as many fancy ingredients as we think. Sometimes, a simple diet with real meat, rice, and vegetables is better than a flashy bag full of buzzwords. In the end, it's not about fear, it's about awareness. You wouldn't feed your kid junk every day and hope for the best. Your dog deserves the same care. Because behind that cute logo and clever ad, there could be something your dog's body is fighting every single day. So the next time you pour food into your dog's bowl, ask yourself, do I actually know what's in here? And if you want to stay ahead of stuff like this, hit that subscribe button because this is the kind of info no one's putting on the packaging. Don't be the last to find out.